Girl is so darn good, it's that girl is so darn good, it's that girl is so that girl. That boy. Welcome and welcome back to me channel. Today we're gonna be spilling the tea about Disney movies. That is the cheesiest shit I've ever said in my life. I hope this has enough sugar because I like sugar. Sippy sippy, as Bunny from YouTube says. I don't take people's stuff and not credit it, you know what I mean? But anyways, welcome and welcome back. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I keep forgetting to say that. Oh no, welcome and welcome back to the Bummy Podcast. Oh Jesus. I just finished cleaning the house, so I'm not really here. I'm still somewhere else. But anyways, welcome and welcome back. I just realized, not really. I realized after I already recorded the video that the previous Bummy podcast, the reason that the audio kind of sounds muffled is because I had my headphones on. I don't know why. I don't have it now. I'm still here, better than last time, but I'm not really here. No, like I literally forgot that I was what is it called? I don't want it to freeze because I know photo would be freezing, so I was going out of a page. But yeah, I definitely forgot I was doing a Bummy podcast on the other video, so I was sitting all the way back there and there was nothing I could do. You know, I already had the headphones on. That's why the volume or the audio sounds like that. It is what it is. It is what it is, you know? So, but we're going to talk about, you know, I didn't write it. I should have wrote it on my list. Let me think. Let me think. Oh, welcome back. If you don't know me, if you don't know, now you know. No, if you know me, you don't know me. Do not share this. Mind your business. Watch the video and keep it pushing. That's it. That is what it is. So we're gonna talk about Kim Possible, the movie. I watched it. We're also gonna talk about another movie that I don't remember, and I really hope Photo Booth did not do me dirty again. I need to go look at it on Disney Plus. Come on, my watch list. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Okay, I'm gonna just take a picture of it so that I can search it from my phone, because I don't want. Oh, that is so funny. I went on Snapchat and it's literally me. It's me. Okay, I really hope that did not mess it up. But I watched Flora and Ulysses, and I also watched The Wild. So we're gonna be talking about 3 movies. So Kim Possible, Flora and Ulysses, and The Wild. So I think we should start with The Wild. Let's just get straight into it. And I don't remember when it came out, so I'm gonna Google it. You know me, always Googling. Excuse me, there we go. Okay. Oh, it came out in 2006. That's crazy. That's literally when I came to this country. Let me sip it. You know, it's not cold today, but I'm out here with this. I mean, I have to be bummy. You know what I mean? I can't call it the Bummy Podcast and not be bummy. So the last Bummy Podcast really irritated me, but whatever. We keep it pushing. But anyways, that's when I came here, 2006. And this movie, I'll put the picture here. I'll put it in front of my face or something like that, you know, because I look good, but you don't need to see me all the time, you know, that's just obsession. But anyways, The Wild was about this lion and his cub that lived in a zoo, I think. Yeah, I would say it was a zoo. And he, like, the father Honestly, it kind of resembled the Lion King, which is so funny, but not really 100%, but it was like the Lion King mixed with Madagascar. That's what it reminded me of. But anyway, so it was a father lion, and he basically told his son that, you know, he used to live in the wild, and like they brought him here, and he just told him all these stories that really were not true. And then the kid couldn't roar. Like he's literally just a cub, so he can't do the roar. He couldn't do the roar. So he decides that he's gonna I think like him and his dad got into an argument. I'm not gonna tell you the entire movie. I do that a lot, but I'm not gonna tell you the entire movie. But basically, they have an argument, and he decides to go into these crates that, like that they think that it goes into the wild, and it kind of does. It goes on a boat, and then it goes there. But the crates are usually to bring animals from like natural disaster places and kind of like islands and whatever. If there's like a volcano going off, like they put all the animals on there and then they bring them to the zoo or wherever. So anyways, they already know that these crates go somewhere into the wild, so he wanted to go to the wild so he can like actually do a roar. Apparently he thinks that he needs to be in the wild to do the roar. Because, I mean, his dad was lying to him and telling him all these things about him being in the wild, and that's how he knows how to do the roar. Blah, blah, blah. So anyways, he gets on a crate, and then he changes his mind, but it was too late. The crate closes. He starts screaming for his dad. His dad is trying to get him, but he's in the zoo, and the kid is outside of the zoo. So then somehow they get on I believe it was like the garbage truck thing, and then they start following, or they try to go to where the crates go. So the lion, the father lion, a giraffe, I think I might be mixing it with Madagascar because I almost said something else. A raccoon. Let me see. That's so when you show cast, it shows like people. Nice. Okay, so a squirrel, why am I calling him a raccoon? A koala. The whole time I'm saying raccoon. That there was no raccoon in this movie. All right, let me see this picture, and then I'll tell you who was there. There was a squirrel, a giraffe, a koala, the lion, and I think there was a snake, if I'm not mistaken. My mom would not like this movie. yeah, there was a snake. Okay. So it was the snake, the giraffe, the koala, the father lion, and the squirrel. And apparently the squirrel knows like his way around, so he was supposed to be the one leading them, and somehow he got like hit off of the but anyway, so the squirrel, or the whatever he is, he knows his way around, but like when there was a commotion on the truck, like he got knocked off, and then you know how like the garbage trucks kind of like start squishing everything in. Yeah, so it was doing that, and then they had to figure out a way to save the giraffe because the giraffe couldn't get out. Everybody else got out but the giraffe. So anyway, she was stuck in there. They had to get her out. Blah blah. Eventually they go into the sewage. I think they get chased by like dogs or something, and then they were like, you're a lion, roar. But the father was a big liar. He lied to everybody. So he put everybody in the sewage. They met 2 crocodiles or alligators, whatever they are, in the sewage, and then they helped them get to where the what is it called? Where the boats put the crates on. So they get them there, and then they basically somehow get on this boat. They somehow learn how to drive the boat, blah blah blah. They get to the island where his son's crate got dropped off to pick up somebody, but they didn't know there was a lion in there, or a baby lion in there. And then eventually they have to spread far to get to find the sun. Like they separate, they dispersed. What am I trying to say? They divide into like different groups. Jesus. They divide into different groups to try and find the baby cub. Why I don't know any of their names, does it really matter? No. Does it really matter who's who? No, because I don't remember anybody's name. Yeah, and they're showing faces, so I don't even know who's who. I don't even know who's who because they're showing human faces. Oh, Jesus. As I was saying, and before I was rudely interrupted, I'm just kidding. As I was saying, I don't know their names. It's just showing people's faces, so less sippy. It's funny because by the end of this is gonna be cold. It wasn't even hot. It was warm. It was like lukewarm. Anyways, so yeah, they divide into different groups to try and find the baby lion, and then they end up. So there's on the island there is these you know the things that killed. Talking about that, I'm sorry, side note, I just remembered. I was watching the $1,000 pyramid, whatever, because like I was making something at night, and then like the channel was on Game Show Network, and I was watching the 100,000 pyramid. The 100,000 pyramid? Is that what it's called? The 100,000 pyramid game? I don't know, something like that. But anyways, you're basically supposed to give a clue so that people can say the word. He literally said the one that killed Simba's father. She said Simbo? And I was like, who's Simbo? Even the host was like, wait a minute. I don't know why that reminded me of that. But anyways, so like in The Lion King, back to the story, like in The Lion King, there was those things that trampled Simba's father, Mufasa. I almost said Simba died by that. Anyways, the things that like trampled, I don't know what they're called, but in this movie they were basically trying to say that if they attack a lion, then they would be the highest like in the kingdom, in the jungle or whatever. So the leader, his whole motive was to like, he needs to kill a lion to be at the top. So I believe he captures the baby cub, and he also found the other friends. I think the giraffe and the koala, they were like, this is our leader, because his toy that they fabricated in the zoo somehow got to the island, and it fell from the sky. I think like an airplane was flying over, and like it fell from there, and they thought that it fell from the sky. So they thought that he was their god or whatever. So the koala, when he got there, they were worshiping him. They were literally like saying he's their leader or whatever, right? So he was fine. But the giraffe and the snake, like they were captured. And the squirrel and the bigger lion, they were somewhere else. So he was, very sad because he couldn't find his son, blah, blah, blah. And then there were these, he thought it was his conscience leading him, but like, they're not geckos. What are they? The things that like the chameleonaires, the chameleons. So that's how I remember. The chameleons that changed, whatever. So they were leading him to try and get his son, but they also don't like those things that want to get rid of the lions and be like the higher ones. So they were leading him to where his son was, and then they were like, oh, like he got the idea that he can use them to camouflage in there to get his son out. And so they did that. I don't know what happened, but it didn't work out, and they were able to see him. Like he couldn't be invisible anymore because something happened to the chameleons. I don't know, I really forget a lot of things, but something like that happened, blah blah blah. They found out that he was there, him and the leader of those, I don't know what they are. I really don't know what they are. They just run together. What is that animal? Wildebeest. I think that's what they are. Yeah. Okay, so the wildebeest, thank God I found that. I was gonna be searching forever. So the wildebeest ended up fighting the father lion, blah blah blah. And then the other wildebeest were like, nah, we're not cool with you. The freaking volcano or whatever was literally about to get destroyed. So they left him because they were like, he's literally psychotic. I don't know why we were following him in the first place. And then, the island was getting destroyed. They eventually get on the boat and they leave. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what happened after that. I think that might be the end. And then they were just dancing on the boat. But yeah, it was a good movie. 10 out of 10. I'm just kidding. That's pretty good. I wouldn't say it was Lion King worthy, but it was a good movie. It was a good movie. I actually liked it. It's better than the movies they be making now, because I saw the trailer for the Lion King is really stuck in my head. I saw the trailer for The Little Mermaid. Side note, I saw the trailer for The Little Mermaid, and they need to stop making these cartoon movies realistic, because why does Flora something start, his name's Flounder, Jesus, okay, I didn't even have to Google that, it came to me. Flounder, thank you Holy Spirit, because what, I really forgot, I said Floor, his name is not Floor. Flounder looks like it's been like 90 years. Like, Flounder looks like he been there for 90 years. That is not Flounder. I don't get the point of making, like, remaking a movie that was great and then just trashing it. Like, I mean, I didn't watch the movie. The movie is probably great, but like, because there's already an original, you're always gonna compare the original. Like, just make another movie. This was garbage. Anyways, I already talked about this on my other podcast, so we're not even gonna take time about it. It's already 20 minutes. So let's move on. The next one was Flora and Ulysses. Is that what I said? Flora. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure it's not saying Flora. I don't know. Anyways, so basically this movie, Flora and Ulysses, and like I said, I'll just put it in front of my face because you don't need to see my face all the time. You're obsessed if you need to see my face all the time. That's just weird. Mickey Mouse. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. It's getting colder and colder every time. Every time I take a swing, it's getting colder and colder. Anyway, so in this one, basically, there's this girl named Flora. I guess that's her name. Not gonna lie. Not good with names. But yeah, there's this girl named Flora, and she lives with her mother because her parents kind of are separated, and the dad lives an apartment somewhere, and she lives in a house with her mom. Her mom is a writer. She writes romantic books. Very disgusting. And her dad used to write comic books, but then it didn't really go anywhere, I guess. So he decided to just get a job at like a grocery store or a convenience store or something like that. Kind of like a Walmart, I think. Something like that. But he was working somewhere in a store. He wasn't doing his comic book thing anymore. So the daughter, Flora, she really loves comic books. And then I don't know for what reason, but she was selling all her comic books. So she went to the comic book store, and there was kind of a disaster because of her, blah blah blah. She keeps the one that her dad made, and I forgot what it was, but she somehow sees like the superheroes in real life. Like she looks and she can see them following her, whatever, and she kind of talks to them. She might be going crazy, honestly, because how are you? Anyways, it's a movie. So anyways, I think she was in the house, and then she saw that the neighbor was trying to stop their like robot vacuum, and it wouldn't stop, and it was just like going everywhere. And so she went outside to go help the neighbor catch this robot vacuum, whatever. So they're like trying to corner it in, running around, blah blah blah, and it vacuums up a squirrel. And they're both like, oh my god, like it killed the squirrel, right? So it sucking up the squirrel stopped it, which is, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. Like it's a big thing that it sucked up. Anyway, so they go to the vacuum, they open it up, and the squirrel was somewhat okay, but like it was very it wasn't dead, but it was I made it look like it was dead. It was not dead. The squirrel was fine, but it was very much like hurt. So she decides, Flora, the little girl, she decides to take the squirrel and like heal him in her room, which this is your mother's house. You cannot just bring animals. This is why I can't have children. Side note, this is why I'm not adopting. I used to say I would adopt children at least, but you bringing animals into my house? No. I'm scared of everything. I don't want to see none of that. But anyway, so she brought the squirrel in there, and you know, she was like whenever they were eating, like she would get food for the squirrel, blah blah blah. And then for some reason the squirrel had superpowers, and the squirrel was reading, and the squirrel could type. The mom bought a typewriter. The mom bought a typewriter, and she was like writing her romantic story, whatever, on that, because she was trying to write a story from back in the day. So she wanted to get the feel. So she got a typewriter, and then the squirrel typed something like a poem kind of something, and then the next day the mom thought it was the little girl, Flora, and she was like, why are you messing with my stuff? Because she didn't want her to be using her stuff. And then I don't want to tell the whole thing, but basically I keep saying that and then I tell the entire thing. Anyways, we fast forward to her having like I guess it was like her, no, not really. I was gonna say maybe it's like her father's turn to take care of her, but I don't think so. I think they have something like that. I don't remember. But anyways, she basically was trying to tell her dad that she rescued a squirrel, and he was like, you have to do mouth to mouth, and then that's disgusting, but like what else was she supposed to do? Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. She had to do mouth to mouth. I'm talking about it as if you've already watched the movie. My bad. But anyways, the dad wasn't as freaked out. Like the dad Well, if I'm going in order, she told the dad first. Yeah, before she brought the squirrel to him, she told him about the squirrel. And he didn't seem to believe her. And then, if I'm not mistaken, the time really be flying. That's crazy. If I'm not mistaken, the mom found out that there was a squirrel in the house, and she told the dad that he has to get rid of it. Like, he needs to take her and the daughter and get rid of the squirrel. So they had the squirrel in a box, and he takes her to a donut shop because, you know, he's trying to like let her down easy when they're about to throw away the squirrel. And then he sees, like, chaos happens. By the way, chaos happens in the donut shop. Because this lady, first of all, it's the lady's fault. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's the lady's fault. The worker saw a bug. She was like, oh, what do you have in there? She was like, don't touch it. They were literally saying, like, don't touch it. She was like, oh, like, I love blah blah blah, I want to see it. And she opened it, and obviously the squirrel jumped out. And then she was out here saying, like, oh, it's attacking me, blah blah blah. Ma'am, who told you to open it? You opened it. Anyways, there was chaos, and then the dad sees what the little girl was telling him, which is the squirrel has superpowers, because the squirrel literally flew from one place to another. And then they grabbed the squirrel and they left the store because chaos was happening. And then they called this what are they called? Animal capturers, what am I trying to say? I don't know why I whispered like it would come to me, but animal control, I think that's what they're called. Anyways, they call this animal control guy, and he is obsessed. He is like obsessed with capturing the squirrel. And the lady had the audacity to lie, talking about, yeah, I think it had rabies. Why in the hell? You were the one that opened the box to look. Nobody told you to open it. Nobody. Literally nobody. You chose to do that. But yeah, I was like, nah, this is not their fault. But, you know, the animal control guy, like, he even got the dude's car, license plate, whatever. He was like, it was never that deep, honestly. It's never that deep. All this to freaking catch one squirrel. You know how many squirrels are in this world? You're trying to catch that. So the movie honestly wasn't as great as the wild one. The wild movie. But yeah, it was just like, it was all over the place. And then he ends up like literally stalking the dude. So the father had to stay with the mom and her for a little bit, and it was just too much. And then there was this cat in that in his apartment area that is vicious, so it attacked the animal control guy, which was great. I was like, yeah, you deserve that because you're very psychotic. Like, why are you so obsessed with finding the squirrel? You're weird. Get help. Seek help. And then what happened? Yeah, he was just very obsessed. Fast forward, he finally does catch the squirrel. And then the whole family, like, I think the mom, yeah, the mom also realized how special the squirrel was because the squirrel, like, typed her a note. Well, technically, the squirrel typed a letter to her daughter, and she was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about, like, my family, blah, blah, blah. It reminded me of her. It reminded me, I'm not her. I'm not her. It reminded her of how she was very, like, out of it, and she wasn't really with the family, blah, 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 blah. Give me a moment. At this point, I'm really just drinking milk with tea and sugar. Like, cold milk with tea and sugar. But anyways, where was I? Yeah, the mom realized I just be spacing out. The mom realized how she's like really excluded herself from the family, and that might be the reason why her and the dude were not, like, her and her husband were kind of like partying, blah blah blah. So they get together, and like there was this lady that was helping them that lives in his apartment area, and she has a car, a nice car might I add, and for some reason she does not have her license, and she was the one driving. Anyways, they get to the animal control place, they sneak in. There was this kid that was blind because he was traumatized, something like that. They said something like that. I was like, you could get blind because you were traumatized? Anyways, so he he was with them. He was honestly with the girl for a while, and then he went with them, and he was blind until they got into the area where there was all the animals, and I don't know what took him out of his traumatized blindness. I'm just gonna call it that. I don't remember what they said on the movie, but his traumatized blindness, he was healed, and he saw the skunk that went out of the cage when they accidentally pressed something. They were running. They was running because nobody wants a skunk to be spraying them. So anyways, all that happened. They were able to get the squirrel, but the father ended up on the roof running away, and then he kept hitting him with tranquilizers. The dude, the animal control guy that was obsessed, still obsessed. Why are you on the roof chasing people? For one squirrel. Like, you're doing too much. They're not paying you any more than they're paying you now. You're doing the most. So, yeah, he tried to really kill the dude, because that's a lot of tranquilizers in one human being. And I don't think you're supposed to tranquilize people. I don't think that's the thing. But yeah, he shot him with a bunch of tranquilizers, and then the squirrel kind of ends up bringing the father down to the, like, he kind of like flies him down to the ground because he was about to fall. I think he jumped or something, and then the squirrel literally brought him down to the ground safely. I was like, that's crazy. But I mean, it's a superhero squirrel, so anything is possible, I guess. And then what was the other one? And then after that, I think they were, the lady told them they can take her car. And so they take her car. They're getting chased by animal control, and they're basically setting him free in the wild. They say goodbye, blah blah blah, and the animal control is like, give me the squirrel back. He does not sound like that, but but he wanted the squirrel back. And then they were like, okay, go get him. And there was a whole bunch of other squirrels. I don't know where the other squirrels came from. I don't know if it was like, you know, in Avengers, it was like Avengers Unite, and then like a whole bunch of people came. I'm sure Thanos felt exactly like this animal control. Because squirrels came out of nowhere all over the trees in that forest. And I was like, you better run. You better run. Stop messing with these squirrels. But yeah, he eventually left. He just like left. He was like, nah, I'm good. Never mind. I changed my mind. But yeah, that was pretty much the movie. The parents get back together, blah blah blah. And I guess the squirrel came into their life to like fix them, because, you know, the mom wasn't really paying attention to the daughter as much. The dad was obsessed with his comic stuff, but eventually they got back together. I mean, they were never separated. They just was living separately. They weren't divorced, so regardless, they got back together. But that was the movie. I did my best. Look at me. I'm doing, like, you know how long it takes me to do one especially the Wednesday one. It took me like a whole hour to do 8. I mean, it was 8 hours, so it makes sense. This movie came out in 2021, so most recent than the Wild one. I don't know why I keep calling it the Wild. The Wild movie came out in 2006. Flora and Ulysses came out in 2021. And the next one we're going to talk about is Kim Possible. Call me Batman if you want to reach me. Yeah. Kim Possible human version. The movie was... It wasn't amazing, but it was okay. Came out in 2019. And honestly, for me, it's like I've watched the show, so my expectation was kind of high. Again, the picture will be here in my face. You can't see me, I'm John Cena. Anyways, I'm not okay. Let me take a sip. At this point, I need to rewarm it up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewarm it up. I'll do that later. I'll do that when I'm eating lunch or something. Because this is not right. But basically, they kind of changed it up. I mean, honestly, I don't remember Kim Possible, the show, 100%. There might be something similar to this, but basically how it starts is Kim is about to go on her first day of high school, so she's a freshman, and then I forgot her dude's name. I literally hear his voice in my head, but I don't remember his name. My bad. Ron Stoppable. Ron Stoppable. Okay, so Ron and her are going into high school. Ron at the beginning of the movie, he does not have the naked mole rat. I forgot what his name was. What was the naked mole rat's name? He had a name. I'm sure he had a name. Rufus. He didn't have Rufus with him. And so the movie starts out, she does a mission first before it even goes to her about to go to high school. She does a mission. She saves the world, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's what Kim Possible be doing. And so she's home, and it's the next day. The parents are talking about like, oh, she's gonna be tired, blah, blah, blah. The mom goes up to check on her, and she's already up, ready. She's already up, ready. And so, they have, he actually reminds me of Phineas and Ferb Dr. Doofenshmirtz, but more evil. Dr. Draken. I mean, they're both doctors. So, Dr. Draken is in jail because he was caught by Kim Possible. So, he's in jail in like one of those, if you watched, I don't know in which one, where they kept Loki in that weird glass chamber type of thing. He's trapped in some weird glass chamber thing like that. So he's in there. She's about to start high school, and then he gets freed by Shigo. That's her name, right? Please tell me that's her name. Where is she? Shigo. Yeah, that's her name. So he gets freed by Shigo, and honestly, I don't know what the relation with Shigo and Dr. Draken is. I don't remember. But I know that they work together. They're always together. And so anyway, she frees him. And I'm not gonna lie, the weird fire thing they still have in the movie, not too bad. But anyways, he gets freed. And we go to how Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable, they're going to high school. High school is not what she expected, and like there was a girl in there that was treating her like garbage, like caca, really. And everybody really doesn't care that she's Kim Possible, basically. So she even does soccer tryouts, she does great, but they make her the person that's supposed to wash their clothes and kind of like the water boy. And I was like, first of all, you can say no. You can say no. I never understood in movies when they're like told to do something they don't want to do and they're like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And you're Kim Possible. Why the freak are you? Anyways. Regardless, she does that, and they tell her it's because she's a freshman. They can't have her join, even though she was very good. Blah, blah, blah. So, there is this girl that was crying. What was her name? Athena, like the goddess. So, Athena was like on the corner crying. She was like, oh, I'm not making friends. Everybody's making fun of me, blah, 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 blah. You know, the spiel. And she was saying all that, and then Kim overheard her. Kim and Ron Stoppable overheard her. And so she basically, Kim is like, okay, you can be my friend. She was like, oh my god, you're Kim Possible, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's kind of sketch that you're the only one from the entire school that cares that this is Kim Possible. Very sketchy. There was even a teacher that was on them because they kept coming in late. And like he changed where the classes are. And I'm not gonna lie, I hated high school because, I mean, I hated all schools, but high school, they had, like, it was, even in middle school, I think it was like 5 minutes to get from one class to the other. And it's worse when it's gym class. Because they be like, you gotta get from here to here. Side note, I'm sorry, I got on a whole rant. But they would be like, imagine your class is all the way on the other side, the gym is all the way on the other side, and then they're like, you have to get from there to there in 5 minutes, change your clothes, and be upstairs ready to do gym. What kind of magic trick? Who do I look like? Houdini? Like those people that just could change clothes. And the guys can never say shit because they literally wore their shorts under their jeans. So all they have to do is just take their jeans off and come upstairs. I'm changing my entire clothes. Like, I'm not even joking with you. Sometimes I change my socks. I think I was always changing my socks. But regardless, I was changing clothes because I was not about to smell. That's what I was not gonna do. I was not about to stink. But anyways, it is what it is. But anyways, let's go back to how Kim and Athena and Ron Stoppable become friends. And then Kim basically tells her like, oh, like, because she wasn't feeling like she was the shit, I guess, if I could say it in that term. And then Kim basically takes her to the shop, which, honestly, how is she paying for this? Is she paying through you because you're Kim Possible? I don't get it. But anyway, she literally just sits her at a hair salon and just leaves. They literally leave her at a hair salon. And so she tells them what she wants to look like, and she's basically kind of looks like Kim Possible, but like a different version. A different version. And as Ron Stoppable said, maybe even a better version. And I was like, ooh, not Ron disrespecting Kim, not Mr. Clumsy disrespecting Kim Possible. No way. But anyways, she's basically trying to be her, and they even take her on this mission. And she outdoes Kim. And they were like rewatching, I don't know why Draken has cameras everywhere, but he was literally rewatching how Kim got stuck in this like tank when they were fighting, blah blah blah, when they were fighting with Shigo. It was very interesting. And then somehow that video got leaked of Athena fighting Shigo and winning, and so they were praising her at school, and I was like, that is so crazy, because Kim Possible literally fights all the time. I mean, starting at this movie, she literally fought. So I really never understood how everybody, they even made her like student of the year. She achieved the most this year. Mind you, the school just started. Anyways, like most accomplished, blah blah blah. They literally had her what was it, like she was making a speech or whatever, and I was like, they were giving her award or something like that. And so Kim really like was over it, because she even saw Ron and Athena hanging out where they always where him and Kim always hang out. What am I talking about? And like they're hanging out without her, and she just feels like she's like stealing her spot. So anyways, basically what happened was she go and Dr. Draken come to the school, which that's crazy. And then everybody's running in chaos, you know, away from the area. And they're like, we're gonna take Athena with us, blah blah blah. So Kim went down to help Athena, and instead of like, apparently Athena's really good with the stick fighting thing. I don't know. I'm not the one to be I'm not the one to talk. I don't know how to fight with stick, and Kim doesn't either. So Athena was asking her like, throw it to me, like I know how to fight, because that's the video that went viral of her fighting Shigo with the stick. So Kim was literally like, no, I got this, and she fell flat on her face. And then they took Athena with them, and nobody else could stop them, and they're literally just watching everybody. I was like, that's crazy. They really just kidnapped a student off campus, and you're not even gonna this is a horrible school. And so yeah, she literally gets taken, snatched like an alien, abducted, really. That's literally what it looked like. And then what happened? Yeah, and then they get to the lair, and we find out that Athena is working with Shigo and Draken. And I was like, that's crazy. That's wild. I did not see that coming. And yeah, and Kim and everybody else doesn't know, so they're like trying to go and find her. So there is this kid that he was on the Raven's home. Wade, his name is Wade on here. So basically he does the tech savvy stuff to tell her where to go, where not to go, blah blah blah, how to get through this, blah 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 blah. So Kim breaks in to their lair to find Athena in this dressing room area, right? And she was like, oh, I'm so, like, she was basically like, come on, like, let's go. And she was like, no, I'm not going with you, because like you literally didn't do anything. Like, why didn't you hand me the stick? And she was like, because I felt like it was getting very mushy-gushy for my liking. But she was basically saying that she felt like she was getting she was getting replaced. Her place? Whose place? My place? Your place? She was getting replaced. She felt like she was getting replaced. She felt like everybody was just like she wasn't her anymore. She wasn't Uniqua. You know what I mean? But anyways, she I don't know if it was then. I think it was then. She told her, yeah, she was like, yeah, that was my job. Like, that was what I'm supposed to do. And she told her, like, she needs to get out of here. And she basically showed her that she's a robot. I was like, it's a robot? I'm getting shocked. I was like, first of all, you're working with Shigo? Are you their child? Like, I thought she was their child or something. I was like, are they together or something? No, she literally was a robot that they made. And so yeah, after that, somehow they catch no, they didn't catch Kim and her mom and her grandma, who knows how to do the stick stuff. I'm not telling you everything in the story because I'm trying to hurry it up, you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell 3 movie reviews in one. That's new for me. It's new and it's unique. Anyways, so the mom, the grandma, and Kim and Ron are there to like fight, and then he traps them in this thing that, like, the closer it gets, like, it will literally crisp them up. And so I didn't say this, but Ron stole Rufus from the place that Athena was fighting. Oh, what's her name? Jesus, I just be forgetting everybody's name. Shigo. Where Athena was fighting Shigo. The place that everybody saw that video and was praising her. That's where he got Rufus. I completely forgot to say that. But anyway, so Rufus was in his backpack. And when the thing dropped down, it kind of cut his backpack in half, and Rufus was fine with he brought the drone, like her brother's drone. I don't know if in the movie she had brothers, or in the show she had brothers, but anyways, in this movie she had 2 brothers. And so they're trapped in there. The tech guy, he can't do anything. And so Ron I really just be spacing out. Ron, he was like fly, he told the tech guy to fly Rufus on the drone to the button, because I don't know, literally, this is why I said Dr. Draken reminds me of Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb, because he literally told them where the button is to press to release them from this thing. I was like, okay, I see why you was captured. And so the tech guy, he flies, I don't know why I keep forgetting his name, Wade, he flies Rufus to where the button is, and Shigo like hits the drone, but Rufus like jumps and he presses the button, and then they're released, and then blah blah blah, they fight. Dr. Draken goes into the machine because he was trying to transfer all the things that Athena learned from Kim Possible to himself, and so it was really killing her, but she's a robot. But anyways, it was really killing Athena. So they're trying to save Athena, and she was like, why are you trying to save me even though I did all this stuff? And then they're like, because you're a person. You're a person. And I was like, she's not really a person, but you know, whatever. But basically they free her, and whatever they did, it malfunctioned, and it made Dr. Draken into a little kid, like I'm guessing, I want to say like middle schooler. It made him into like a middle, almost elementary schooler. And so he gets out, Shigo and him go into like the escape pod because the place is about to destruct. And so Athena was like, I'm gonna destroy the thing. I'm not destroy it. I'm the only one that could take the thing, because I'm a robot. Like, it's gonna kill you guys. So get out. So she convinces everybody to get out. The whole building explodes, and then they go looking for her. They find her body parts, which is disgusting. But she's a robot, so she's not really dead. And then they fix her up, and they were all friends. And then like literally at the end, I'm guessing they might make another movie or not, I don't know, but literally at the end, Shigo is dropping off Draken at their school. Like, I guess they applied him to the school that Kim was going to, and they did the makeup, because you know how he has that weird scar thing on his face, so they put makeup on him, and I think a wig too, but he's supposed to look like a different person, so they don't realize it's him. But yeah, that's pretty much where the movie ended. That's crazy. At 55 minutes, I did 3 movie reviews. Pat on the back. Okay. Anyways, but I had on my list, read the 1-star reviews for Kim Possible. I mean, it wasn't that bad. Like I said, I tried to explain everything to you, but like, I don't remember in the show how he got Rufus, and I don't think it was him stealing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're the good guy, why would you be stealing things? I mean, they could be, yeah, they probably could be experimenting on Rufus, but again, you're still stealing. But anyways, there was so many 1-star reviews that I had to read the 1-star reviews. So that's what we're gonna do for a little bit. We'll read 9 because 9 is my lucky number. So we'll go to 1-star. Ooh, and we're gonna read the 1-star reviews. Should I screenshot? I don't know if I should screenshot. I'm gonna screenshot it. Okay. So this is 10 months ago. So this says, the Rotten Tomato critics were too nice. Props paid off. I think they meant by Disney, but they wrote my Disney. I grew up on the cartoon Kim Possible. Expected better for the long-awaited live action. It falls short on every level. Ooh, not every level. Ooh, your review is long. I should have looked. Okay, whatever. We'll keep reading. It falls short on every level. If you don't like the first 8 minutes, you won't like the long-lasting rest of the movie. Main point, wrong character tries too hard to mimic the cartoon voice. Yeah, I realized that too. They switched Kim's cheerleading with soccer. I know! Cause they were like, oh, we don't have cheerleading at the school. We're a soccer school. I was like, what school doesn't have cheerleading? Unless it's like a religious school, like the private schools. And they weren't going to a private school. They were going to a public school. What public school doesn't have cheerleading? Anyways, that also threw me off too, but whatever. Bonnie is a grade ahead of Kim and Ron. Was she not? I mean, like I said, I don't remember the cartoon as much because it has been a while. Mr. Barkin is like the total opposite, not super big. I don't know what you mean by that. Because like I said, I don't remember the cartoons. But he was the one that was like switching the classrooms and stuff at the last minute, and they were just being late everywhere. She goes, glow is from machine on her arm. I mean, for a movie that was made in, well, honestly, it was in 2019. I don't know, maybe they just didn't care too much about it, because like I said, the hand thing, I thought it was okay. It was passable for me. Draken's blue is very... Draken's blue is just large... Oh, my bad. You know, I can't read. Draken's blue is just large veins. His scar is literally sharp. Major lack of special effect makeup. I didn't realize. Maybe I wasn't paying attention as much as some of y'all, because damn. Not Sharpie. Made a joke of her iconic outfit. Said she doesn't wear it because it's too cartoony. Yeah, she did say that and then change into another outfit. Anyways. Athena, too much of a fangirly to Kim. Made her hair a mess to give her a makeover. Kim wanted to change her. No, she didn't. Because she was like, what do you want to be? Because she was kind of like to herself. Anyways, whatever. Wade literally spies a clearly empty drink. Sips, my bad. I literally cannot read. Jesus. Kim allows Athena to go on a mission when the cartoon never let Monique because it was too dangerous. Yeah, like I said, that part too, I don't remember that ever happening in the cartoons. But like I said, I don't remember the cartoons that much, so I didn't say nothing about that. No Rufus till 40-ish minutes in. I know, that's what I was talking about too. Made Athena the hero, gave Kim bad hair, let Athena join the soccer team when they told Kim no freshmen could join, and then made Kim jealous. Yeah, I think it was part of like the storyline though, to like, because the girl didn't like Kim, so that's why she didn't let her join. It had nothing to do with freshmen not being able to join. But anyways, god damn, you really went in on it. Okay, I'm just gonna go in a row. Oh, wait, what? This says 3 years ago. Oh my goodness, 2019 was a while. I'm like, what? 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Oh my god, it's been 4 years. That's crazy. Okay, let's hope you did. Okay, you didn't write. Maybe I'm gonna just read 3. Because the way this is going. Okay, let me screenshot these. I'm gonna keep their names in there. Because why not? Because they're not lying. Alright, this movie was not good. Damn. Damn. I actually chose it out from my lineup of metal, torture, mental, my bad. I really cannot read. Metal torture? Mental torture movies for a weekend. The cartoon was amazing, funny, and fresh for its time, but oh boy. I get that they were trying to remake something that did well, and the idea was brilliant if it weren't part of the movies that had already failed there. The execution was terrible. No part of the movie was enjoyable. Damn. No part of the movie? God is good. It wasn't Kim's first adventure. They took away cheerleading and made Kim look really shallow just because she meets someone better than her. Kim is obnoxious. Ron looks like a bumbling fool. What is a bumbling fool? I only know about bumblebees. Oh my god. And the only mildly okay characters were Shigo and Athena. Overall, the execution of this movie was terrible. And the poppy blue scene was very cringy. What is poppy blue? Oh, was that like her cousin? She said it was her cousin or something? I don't know. I don't remember a lot. I one day hope that Disney stops making live action remakes of everything. Otherwise, everything good is in jeopardy. I'm not gonna lie to you. You right. I think I'm just gonna read 3. Because it's already an hour, bruh. Okay. I'm just going to stop this one. And then we're done. Let me read it. Okay. Deep breath. I loved Kim Possible. And a kid... Huh? I loved Kim Possible and a kid, it's all I would. Oh, as a kid. I was like, what? As a kid, it's all I would watch. I was overjoyed when I found out it was getting live action remake. I'm not gonna lie, I was not overjoyed, but I was like, interesting. But I should have known. After watching the Lion King one, I should have known. So I sat in the living room, which I never do, and sat and watched the whole thing. Now 10 seconds in, I was not loving it. Like throughout the movie, Kim gets jealous. Bonnie is not evil enough. Who's Bonnie? I think that's the girl that said she couldn't join the soccer. Not evil enough? And don't get me started on Dr. Dragon. I think she means Shigo. I thought Shigo was done well enough, but Rufus and Ron met I like middle school. I think she meant middle school. That's what I said too. I didn't know that Rufus was stolen from a place. But anyways, they made the movie, not me. one of the most annoying things out of that movie, the twins. Also, they were okay. So she did have brothers then. The twins have brown hair. Also, Kim and her mom, the only ones in the family with that color. What do you mean? I mean, Kim had red hair. Anyways, let me just finish reading and then we'll go check. I personally would leave a 2-star if it wasn't supposed to be Kim Possible. So it's not a bad movie. It was the fact that it was a remake of Kim Possible. And it didn't live up to standards. That's what it was. It was a wannabe stupid teen movie that I wasted like 90 minutes on. I could go on and on about how terrible this movie was, but I would prefer not. I hope this helps in any way possible. Have an amazing rest of your day, night. Also, my rating is 0, but it forced me to click a star. Oh, I'm dead. You would have gave 0. That's crazy. All right. Like they said, the movie was bad if you're comparing it to the show, because there was a lot of things that were like, but for me, I think the only thing that was like big was the Rufus part. Like, I didn't get that, and I didn't know if Athena was ever a thing in the cartoon show. So that's what I was confused about. Other than that, I don't think it was too bad. If I had to rate it, not comparing it to the cartoon, just as itself, like just as a movie on its own, I wouldn't mind giving it like a 2.5, 3. It's not bad, but it was very like cliche. It's very much cliche. So anyways, we need to go. Oh my god, I've been sitting here forever. Yeah, forever. Thanks for watching. Don't be bummy. And honestly, watch The Wild and Flora and Ulysses. But if you're not into live action remakes of Kim Possible, don't watch it. Don't watch the Kim Possible one, honestly. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful bummy day. Just stay bummy, as always. Tush in Germany. Adios. Bye. Hasta luego. Bye bye. Okay, bye.